How's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week number 18 of our trading journey in the year 2024. Two topics I want to discuss today. The first topic is a dashboard comparison across the four prop firms or funding firms, as I like to call it, that I am trading with. So the four will be Apex and TopStep, where I have 21 funded accounts, and the other two is TradeDay and Take Profit. And the second topic today will be our week's performance. One of our worst weeks so far, but for transparency's sake, I want to show you how I'm doing. And just a quick disclaimer, this is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. So first topic is I want to compare the dashboards across the four prop firms or funding firms, as I like to call it. But before we get to that, just want to do a quick summary. So these are the posts that I make daily on the YouTube community, and I also do it on other social media platforms if you want to follow along. So the first one that you see here is Apex. So I have 20 Apex accounts, and these are all PAs, which is performance account. That's the term for a funded account for Apex. And the second one where I am funded is with TopStep. So with TopStep, they refer to it as an XFA or Express account. And that one I am funded. And you can see it's still negative there. But, if you're curious about my performance, you can fast forward towards the end of the video while I go through on our topic number 2. And another one that I've been trading for a while is TradeDay. So TradeDay, I like this one. This is an evaluation account. Earlier this week, I actually had a funded account with them, but I had a bit of a blow up on Tuesday, so I had to restart the journey again. And the fourth one that I just added to the portfolio is an account from Take Profit. So I just started the evaluation for Take Profit, and I want to go through all those dashboards, right? So that's 4 funding firms. And the final account that I want to point out is my live account, which is this one here. So in the past, around December or so, I had an issue with NinjaTrader from their compliance department. They had an issue with my YouTube and the topic that I discussed. But I've made it clear to them that I don't give any financial advice. I'm just basically sharing my experiences, transparency on doing this. And they've had some issues with it, but they weren't forthcoming or being on time on their responses. But thankfully, on Friday, I finally got a response from the manager this time because I tried to escalate the issue. And they finally unlocked my account. So hopefully on Monday, I'll be able to trade this live account. So shout out to NinjaTrader for this. And hopefully on the content next week, we'll have a good update on the live account. So the first prop firm that I want to talk about is ATF, which is Apex Trader Funding. This is the one that I have 20 performance account with. I want to go through this chart here. So this is what you'll see on the chart. So what I have is the PA. So PA charts on the left that you'll see. And if you are doing the evaluation, then you would be able to see your charts on this eval tab right here. So they recently separated those, which is kind of nice. And on these PA charts, you can see the performance. So I've been trading the account for 12 days now. And this is the 0 line right here. So if you can see, I'm pretty consistent on the positive part. And you're probably questioning, why are my profits so small? Well, with the trailing drawdown, that's just how I'm managing it. I'm not trying to push it on anybody. If another strategy works for you, then great. But I'm just sharing that this is what's currently working for me and what I will continue doing while I have a dynamic drawdown. And when it becomes a static drawdown, then my strategy will adapt to that. So that's just what's happening. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a screw up, very expensive screw up on day number 9 here, where we lost about $1,000 for each account. And times 20, that's pretty significant. And that's the reason why I lost my funded account from the TradeDay. However, this is a work in progress. I just have a problem right now with accepting a second max risk loss in a day. All right, so next we're going to scroll down to look at our 20 performance account. And you can see here, I hide the account number because I think that's very important that you don't share that in public. But I do not hide the suffix. So you can see This is PA number 24 all the way down to PA number 43, which is his 20th account. And the date here is May 3rd, so Friday. I'm currently recording this on Saturday, May 4th. And you can see our P&L for all of these are all negative, which is fine. My focus right now is to ensure that I maintain that 1500 dynamic drawdown, which I've used up a lot of it, but my main goal is to get back to 1500. I am going to miss the payout for this, but the goal is, again, not the payout period or getting the payout. My main goal right now is getting to static drawdown, which will occur when the balance on the account, which you see right here, once that reaches 26,600, then the drawdown will stop at 25,100. So that's an important milestone that I am trying to reach. So yeah, this is the overall dashboard that you would see for ATF or Apex Trader funding. So the second funding firm that I'm working with is with TopStep. And with TopStep, I only have one of these funded accounts. You can have up to 3 funded accounts from TopStep, but I choose to only have one at the moment. And this is the dashboard, and pretty nice to see the objectives on the right here, so you know what you need to do. And just a quick summary, you need 5 winning days of $200 or more. And then you can't hit a $1,000 daily loss limit, or else you'll be deactivated for the day. So that's just for the day, you won't fail the account. And then they do have a scaling plan for TopStep. So normally a 50K account, you can have up to 4 contracts, but right now I'm just allowed 2 contracts. And the main part here, it's an end of day drawdown. And I just need to make sure that I don't get to negative 2,000. So with TopStep, I'm currently at negative $286.80. I'm currently having issues right now with using the TopStep XFA with the Apex trade copier. And I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. But I'm suspecting that it's because all my other accounts are connected via CGQ on TradeDay. However, my TopStep account, I choose NinjaTrader as the brokerage, but the data is with Rhythmic. And I'm assuming there's a bit of a delta there on the fill. So I need to either trade this separately, or I need to adjust some settings on the Apex Trade Copier. This dashboard, what's nice about the TopStep dashboard is the chart that you can see here. So with this chart, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's nice to visualize what's going on. The first one that I want to point out is here is the starting point, which was $0. And on your $0 starting day, you can see that you can't fall below negative 1,000, or the account will be paused for the day, which means you can't trade for the rest of the day. And essentially, the ultimate failure is if you fall below negative $2,000. So that will adjust based on your PL at the end of the day. So you can see here on the next day, I was about negative $300. This value meant that it adjusted $1,000 delta to the next day, which you can see right there. However, the ultimate negative 2,000 is still the same amount. So all of these will adjust, and hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have some profits on this. The next dashboard I want to go through is TradeDay. TradeDay is pretty colorful, to say the least. With this one, they had a promo for the month of May, so I decided to take advantage of it. TradeDay does not have a lot of promos normally. My second favorite out of the 4 at the moment, even though I don't have a funded account. I previously had a funded account, but I blew it up after 2 days because of the meltdown I had on Tuesday, which affected all my accounts. So I had to start all over. That was a 10,000 account, but now I'm using the 50K account. And with this 50K account, I have, up to 5 contracts that I can trade. And it'll show you here, it's also end of day drawdown. So currently the balance is at 50,148. And you can see that the maximum drawdown means that I can't fall below 48,148. And there is no limit like TopStep, where if you lost $1,000, you can't trade for the rest of the day. You don't have that limitation here. However, they do have restricted trading events, which is good and bad. The good part is it's a good reminder, because I always look at a calendar for any big macroeconomic events that may affect the market a lot. So it's a good reminder to see it on the calendar. but they do have a rule that you can't trade 2 minutes before or after that release of the report or that event, or else you will fail the evaluation account or the funded account. So I actually tested that with the evaluation account with a 10K because I needed to take advantage of the new offer. So I knew that I wanted to fail the existing 10K I had. So I left a trade open during the FOMC and I failed it. But that's okay because that was my main goal. I wanted to take the promo and take advantage of it for a 50K account. And then net, the dollar I spent is still cheaper for me to jump into this one. So that's why I did that. So other things to point out in their dashboard, which is, again, as I mentioned, is pretty colorful. I'll show you the target here, which is a nice visual that you can see. And it'll also tell you the number of days traded, which is a minimum of 7 days for a trade day. Previously it was 10 days, but now it's just 7 days. And the important part is essentially that your best day can't be more than 30% of your total profit. So the target will increase if your best day is more than 30% of the profit. So it'll tell you right here the value or the amount you can't exceed, or you can exceed it, but it'll just, it'll be a dynamic change. So right now, as long as it makes $750, this target of $2,500 won't change. However, if I made more than $750 in a day, this will increase. So it really just, boils down to this formula where your best day divided by 0.30, and that will give you the value. So the final funding firm that I want to talk about is Take Profit Trader. And one of the main reasons that I tried this out is because someone that I consider a colleague I've been talking to online who's a fellow trader, he uses Take Profit. He's actually one of the person that introduced me into this whole prop firm world. So he uses Take Profit, so I wanted to give it a shot also. For this one, I signed up for a 25K account. And with this 25K account, so far, we are at 25,080. And scrolling down on the dashboard to see more data here, you can see essentially the rules on passing this account. And the rules stated here is need a total of 5 days of trading. I need to hit $1,500 on my profit. And my biggest day can't be 50% of my total profit, which is pretty good. And also, this one is similar to TopStep, where there is a $500 daily loss limit. And this is just for a 25K account. So other accounts will have different values for that. And I can't trade more than 3 contracts at a time, which is not a problem because I always trade with max 1 E-mini as much as possible. And then the last part here, which I think the value is a bit wrong, it says don't go below 23,500. But in reality, it says here minimum account balance is 23,580. So I'm going to go with this higher value because I do have a $80 profit so far on the account. So I think that one has to trail what the value is. So hey, Take Profit, if you are watching this, please take a note that this value should be updated. Take Profit has a chart as well, so a nice visual of what's going on. I think the main thing here is to ensure that my green balance never falls below this blue line right here. So these are the 4 funding firms that I am currently using. Let me know in the comments below what your pros and cons are if you are using any of these firms. So topic number 2 is our performance for week number 18. And in the beginning, I already mentioned this is one of the worst weeks we've had for the year so far. And for this week, it is a negative $13,337.56. So essentially, if you look to the right here, you can see with 21 funded accounts, that compounds a lot. And, we had a horrible negative $21,165.44 on that day. If you look at my posts on YouTube, I pretty much explained there exactly what happened. So it is a bad recipe. It's not something that is sustainable, and it is definitely something I'm working on. But the important part here is that I'm not letting it affect my confidence. And you can see here, I still managed to be green the rest of the days to recover some of those losses. And the main part is for the week, I didn't have much chart time because I had a lot of errands to take care of. So hopefully next week I can be on the screen a lot more and hopefully make better decisions where we can turn this around for next week. And these values, if you're wondering how I'm keeping track of it, as I showed on topic number 1, I showed you the dashboard there, the transparency and how the accounts were doing. But for my sake, how I'm doing this calculation is I have this chart here where I pretty much write down the starting cash for each of the accounts. So I have all the Apex PAs right here, and then I had the TradeDay, but unfortunately I blew it up, so this will go back to 0 next week. And then you can see TopStep is my last funded account where I have yet to make a profit on it, but as I mentioned, I'm having some issues with the execution using the trade copier with the TopStep XFA right now. I didn't have that issue during the combine, which is the evaluation for TopStep, but I may have to trade this separately, or I just need to adjust some settings on the Apex trade copier, but we shall see how that goes. But yeah, that is my content for week number 18. Hopefully that was pretty helpful for you. Ask me some questions. I like answering those questions, helping fellow traders on their journey whenever I can. Even though I may not be profitable, hopefully what I'm showing is something that is relatable and something that you can do better and not be in such a mess like I was this week. Anyway, I will see you in the next one and have a good one.